Welcome to another episode of Reverse Puberty Vodcast. My name is Logan.
My name is Jordan.
My name is Eric.
Today we're gonna talk about
Early working experience. So, like all of us, young adults, we all working, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know, we all had to start somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what this topic all about, like how we started getting into the working world.
Right,
When we
right.
First step put into the working world, like whether it could be a part-time job, internship, maybe it's a full-time job, a shorter
Right.
full-time job. It could be anything. So, you know, like for me, I remember my first part-time job this was during college, so
Yeah.
about 2013.
Yeah.
I was working at Subway.
Alright, wow.
So-
okay.
I was a so-called sandwich artist. Yes, that's a very cool term for basically, I don't know, just someone who's just gonna take bread, put some
Yeah.
things in it, pack it up, and just serve it. But so it was for me. I worked there about a year. Like I worked there for 6 months. I took a short break and I came back another 6 months. So about a year, and I was actually forced to get that part-time job because my mom was like, you know, you're going through college, you might as well do something else with your free time. So she was like, why don't you just go and apply? And then I didn't really want to, you know, but she was like, you know, you should go and apply. So I applied. It was a walk-in interview and I got it. And when I started out, it was like, it's hard to adjust. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of us maybe.
How long have you been working there?
Six months and then
six months and then a break and 6 months, so like a year in total.
Right.
But what's the schedule? Do you work every day?
No, the thing is I worked night shifts.
What?
Because
What time?
our night shifts are from 6:30 to 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So after school, basically.
Yeah, after college I will come back. Then
What's the hourly rate?
hourly rate? I rather not discuss, but it's not
I mean, like just
not
range,
too
not,
satisfactory.
not
It's
satisfactory.
quite. I think it's
Okay,
quite
okay.
standard for the F&B business when you're
Right,
at the service.
right.
The service position, it's about the same. I
Uh,
think like from what I've heard, like KFC and like McDonald's, they also pay
Right.
about the same rate as
Same
Subway
rate.
and all that.
right.
But I think the perks about working there part time was in Subway was unlimited refillable drinks.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know,
yeah.
Subway they have the
Oh,
drinks. The
you
Pepsi.
mean that time those staff they get to drink the water?
Yeah, so like
things.
and it's unlimited. So if
Right.
you want to drink like 5 cups or 6 cups, you just go and fill it and you just drink. So it doesn't matter. And then
Diabetes.
and then also there was an free half sandwich.
Right.
Half Subway sandwich. So if you're working one shift, you are entitled to that free half sandwich. So I think it was nice perks. But when I first started in, I didn't really adjust very well because I was like, the only thing that really got me motivated that time wasn't really the job itself. But I think it was just like earning cash. But even then, I only had a motivation earning cash when I got that first paycheck, which I'm sure, like for both of you, it could be the same thing. Because for me personally, when I only got like a few hundred ringgit.
Right.
Like it wasn't even like 500 ringgit. It was like less than that
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
first
It's usual,
first paycheck. But when I first got there, I was like, wow, I'm actually earning my own money. I can do whatever I want with this. I don't have to ask
So that's why we
my
always
parents.
think.
Yeah. So like for you guys, I think you guys felt the same. Like how was it like for your first?
Yeah,
working
but
experience?
for me, I think because my first job I'm actually working with one of my relatives, and it's actually I'm working as an office boy.
Oh.
So basically, I need to do anything,
Everything,
everything basically all the printing, those moving around. But I kind of like it, you know. It's like, you know, you don't need to sit at a place and then keep clicking on the computers and stuff like that.
You're always like doing different things.
Yeah, doing
and,
different, and then they will tell you to go and do all those tedious stuff, you know, like you have to send some document to some of the companies and some of the clients, and then you need them for signatures and stuff like that. So
Admin boy.
the admin boy, yeah,
Yeah,
type
admin boy.
that. So I've been moving here and moving there around, but every time when I'm in office, I kind of like very sleepy one, because it's like at the end of the day you have been moving so much during the day, then when you come back it's like I'm so tired.
But it's like every day it's like something different. You don't know what to expect. Is it like that?
Yeah,
So there may be some
actually it's like
excitement there.
depends lah. I would say it depends. Sometimes sometimes it's like I'm so free that I have nothing much to do. Literally. Like seriously.
Wow.
Sometimes it's like you're just sitting there, you just wait for you actually waiting for the boss to come over. My relatives they come over and then tell me to do something. Oh, okay, then I'll start doing. But I also come by hourly rate as well.
I think it's also quite good to experience a job that is not too stressful because I mean after all that's basically your intern as well.
Yeah,
right?
lah.
It's
Kind of,
the job that we're doing while we are studying, I can say, right?
exactly,
Or when we
yeah.
are having semester break. So actually my course itself doesn't require an internship,
Right.
but I still went to my current company, but except it's the internal staff. Went in as an internal staff.
Okay.
So like you said, the environment I was in, what Jordan said, there's something different to expect every day, but it's not job wise, but the environment wise, because my company is a very special company. The environment is really friendly to the extent that the directors can actually come into the finance room and pour water on you.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. Our directors do really crazy things. They also they actually bought a fake snake. You know those
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
toy. He actually put it in one of our staff's drawer. So when she opened the
God.
drawer, she saw a snake and then she screamed and then he jumped up. Yeah, like crazy things like this. It's a really, really interesting working environment for me as a first job
Yeah.
for me because the pay is actually very low because I'm going in as an intern. So I don't expect much lah. I'm actually going in just to see how the working world is. But one thing is good that I got into this company first, but there's also one thing bad is that the next time when I go into other companies, it's so boring.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
like
Yeah.
when I got because I'm used to talking to everyone there, like being friendly, everyone being happy. People don't necessarily love their job, but they are looking forward to come to into the office to work.
Yeah.
So even if you don't like your job, you still have the motivation to do it. So just like me, because I didn't really like what I was doing during that time, but I still came in every day, expecting new stuff to happen, and then it's like it keeps you going. It really does keep you going. Even though I've been working there on and off for about a year as well because
Okay.
I'm in an Australian course, so usually they have like 3 months of summer break, right?
Right.
So I went back like for 3 years in a row during my summer break. So I really appreciate what the directors have implemented, the environment that they did. Because I have to say, out of so many jobs that I've been in, this is the only one with I would say the best environment that I've ever experienced. And I don't think it's easy to find working experience like this as well.
How come to think of it, since you talk about your working life in a very what you call it, entertaining kind of working
open,
environment,
yes.
and current job is like mainly on working in the office,
Yes.
white collar job lah.
Yes.
So what do you think that what do you feel like? What's the big difference that you think that should a company have a very co-living like co-working space, or should it like more like a
Friendly.
like a traditional way of working?
I
I
think
mean, there's two ways,
the,
right?
The
the
cubicles.
cubicle,
Yeah, the
yes.
cubicles.
I think it really depends on the profession itself as well.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
in a way, it's a presentation for your clients. Like if you are a lawyer firm and then you walk in, you have no tables. Everyone is walking
Yeah,
everywhere.
And everyone's dressing like
everyone
jeans and shit.
Yeah,
and all the lawyers.
then your clients might be a little bit confused. Like,
Yeah.
can I trust you?
Right.
But I think if you're not like a professional firm, I think it's fine for you to implement this kind of environment because I think it's a kind of motivation for your employees as well.
Yeah, I think what he said, it's boiled down to the professionalism of what you or like the company wants to portray.
Yes.
Like I think one of the internships I just interned at like Rev Asia,
Yeah,
which owns SAYS, the
Right.
the website,
Right.
and their environment is just very open, very friendly. Like every fortnight or every month they have this like game night where you just get together and they order pizza and drinks on the company, of course, on the company's budget, and they order and they just like hang out and it's that kind of very laid back lifestyle, working lifestyle that they push. Like even the management itself pushes, like the CEO, the owner, he comes in like just a normal shirt and jeans like most of the time. Like he's very cool, very casual. So it's because like this environment has a lot of like writers and a lot of creative people, and you cannot put creative people in like a cubicle or expect them to wear suits and all that because they will feel
they can't work if efficiently or effectively. Neither I think. They feel restricted, like you said. Yes.
So that's why like, you need to cultivate this kind of thing, this kind of open environment where they can openly discuss. So it's like tables, no borders. They can just like have fun, and because when you have fun and you're talking and brainstorming ideas together, that's when like the real work starts. In a sense, the work starts when they start to play, so to speak, when the colleagues start to play along with each other. But when it comes to like what Eric said, like lawyers or maybe like financial based organizations, you need to dress properly because you need to present yourself to the customer or the client.
But what do you see? Because most of the time, if you are saying those front line and those back end one, what do you think about those back end one? You back end, you don't have to look, you don't have to see client. But what do you think that if those back end one who have to work as a white collar job and they have to be in a cubicle, and what do you think about it? Is it for?
I think it really depends on how the founder or the directors want the company to be, because it's actually a double-edged sword. Because if you give too much freedom to the company and the employees take it for granted, it's going to cost you as well, because they are not using their time effectively. Because in a way, from what I understand, if you're forced to sit down, even though you can't work happily, you know you're working, and especially when there's supervisions, there's deadlines to hit. The directors, the bosses will know that okay, at least you get your job done. That's what I want. But it's really up to the director if I want you to get the job done happily or sadly. I think it really depends on both sides. So if the directors, the bosses actually appreciate you and want to give you the environment to be happy while you're working, then as an employee, it's also your responsibility to actually appreciate what you're given. Do not take it for granted. Work while you work when you can, and try to get at least what you need to do. Because from what I see, actually, there like I said, is a double-edged sword. When I was working there, I like the environment, but I also don't like it in a way, because I see a lot of people from some people from other departments. They actually come in because they are not supervised, so they can actually just come in the morning, sit at the in the pantry, starting to do online shopping for their own purposes. They can do that, and sometimes they try to avoid the screen facing some other side, some other sites, and then we noticed, but we didn't talk much about it lah. But the directors were aware of it, because from what I remember, the staff was then fired pretty much about a month later.
That's
because
like
she's been doing the same thing for the past 2 weeks lah. We noticed lah, but we never said told anyone. We never complained. We just did our job, and I think someone else told the directors, or maybe the directors found out themselves, and then we then realized that suddenly that person stopped coming in already. I think we all know why. So the directors, I think it really depends on how both sides want to balance to balance up the way everyone works.
I agree, because like what you're talking about, like it's the directors that set the standard of like, okay, this is how the company should be and how it's presented. So like not all companies that have the casual dressing, like other companies, like we said earlier, has like the more formal dressing. That I feel like it's what you said is down to the company policy. Like these more like creative-based companies like SACE and all that. I think the reason why they have this kind of more casual going kind of policy is because to them, like, all those like little things, like, oh, you need to wear a suit, you need to come on time, you need to take exactly 1 hour break, is all like very kind of like very restricting to people of this type, like because I know it can be taken advantage of this, but in a specific, like, in only specific environments should this kind of policy be implemented, this kind of open policy. Like for creatives, people like writers and designers and all, when they sign up to go to a company, like they kind of like they need a certain environment to work within. So that's why, you know, like the casual dressing, and the reason why this casual dressing and like the game nights, for example, says are all implemented, is to just remove those little barriers, you know, those little like formal barriers and,
between
you know,
colleagues and bosses.
exactly. So it's like compared to like working in a bank where you need to wear like a suit and you need like 1 hour
presentable.
I mean, because like people work in the bank and all, most of people work in the bank and these kind of very formal institutions. They're already, their mindset is very structured. Like they know, okay, I need to show up 9 on the dot, 9 to 1 I need to work, 1 to 2 okay, this is a break, and then 2 to 6 okay, this is, I need to meet deadlines at like, let's say 11 a.m. and then 3 p.m. another deadline, 5 p.m. another deadline, like that. But writers, the timing of writers and designers, creative people, the timing is a bit more flexible. Like, coming to work, maybe like you work late the night before, maybe you come into work at 10:30 a.m. and later and all that. Okay, you finish your work, maybe you need to chow. You cannot chow maybe at 6, you need to chow at 7 because you need to write up a story and finish it fast. Then if you need to stay late nights, you come in later the next morning. So it's like this, it depends on the work people like you're doing. Like this happens at advertising agencies as well. It's chaotic advertising agencies where there are so many late nights, and the time is never consistent. Like they have like official policy 9:30 to 6:30, but when I remember someone was telling me about this, like official times 9:30 to 6:30 for this specific advertising agency, but that person who is like, he hates his own team, like he doesn't care, he doesn't give a damn about the official times. Like to him it can be like 3 months where they go back late nights, and then another 3 months of what Logan said about his early job where he didn't have much to do. It can be another professional advertising agency. There can be another 3 months where there's like nothing to do. Like everyone's going on time, and people are actually begging the boss, please give me something to do right about. So it's like depending on the profession. So like you said, I totally agree.
Thank you everyone for watching our episode. Today we have talked about working experience, and I guess all of you have your own experience and you want to talk about as well. You can put in a comment section below. And then I also will put all our individual social media. You can just follow us if you are interested. Just right at the bottom of us. Okay, so thank you for watching. We hope to see you again.
See you
Bye
guys.
everyone. Alright.